Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
If you haven't heard already, Donald Trump was attacked by Ilhan Omar, Somalian refugee who became a congresswoman from the state of Minnesota, who attacks Americans, steals money from this country, and defends illegal immigrants that want to kill, murder, and steal from the United States. Let's listen to this incredible exchange between Ilhan Omar and Donald Trump last night at the State of the Union address. Of course, I want to hear what you have to say about it. So don't forget to leave your comments below. And of course, subscribe to this channel, and we'll talk to you on the other end of the video.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None. And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats, 89%. And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens. And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, the great Donald Trump, one of the longest State of the Union addresses I've ever heard in my life. But the most important thing I heard tonight from this interchange between Ilhan Omar and Donald Trump was how different the society is. We have people standing up for rights of individuals, people standing up for America, people standing up for freedom, then people trying to tear down the United States, steal money from this country, destroy our legislative process, destroy our voting processes, destroy American society with the Islamofascists and the far left, the Democratic Socialists of America. On one hand, we have the great Donald Trump, a man who's lived and worked in America his entire life to build up the society, spread wealth in this country, help other people. And somebody like Ilhan Omar, who represents really the face of the Democratic Party, the Red-Green Alliance, Islamists from Somalia, coming to this country, working with the extreme leftists, the socialists, and the communists in America trying to tear down the United States. All Donald Trump was talking about was defending the rights of Americans over the rights of illegal immigrants and to stopping the scourge of what we call the sanctuary cities, which means the federal government cannot go into prisons and take out murderers and rapists, people that have murdered, killed, beheaded Americans, people from cartels, just like the one you saw fighting in Mexico a few days ago, from Islamic countries that want to spread Sharia to this country and spread terrorism, ISIS cells. These are people that America is trying to get out of the country. I mean, this is incredible what's going on. They will not stand, the Democrats will not stand up for an American president talking about defending the rights, the liberties of American citizens today. That's exactly what Ilhan Omar represents. Remember the Leering Center just a few months ago? Remember the billions of dollars that were stolen from Minnesota? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that money is coming from your pockets. If you think inflation is high, if you think you're spending too much on taxes, well, where's your tax money going? Who's raising inflation in this country? The overspending on illegal immigration. It's destroyed New York City. What just happened with Mamdani saying there's a $12 billion deficit, now it's down to $5 billion. Why is there billions of dollars of deficit? Because they're spending billions of dollars of housing and caring for illegal immigrants. Illegal immigration is destroying this country. It's destroying our hospital system. It's destroying our schools. It's destroying the workforce, making it impossible for African Americans, Latino Americans, and average Americans from getting jobs. But there's people that are standing up against the United States of America within a fifth column, let's say. People like Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib. Who do these people represent? They represent far left-wing and Islamo-fascist ideals in this country. And that's exactly the interchange you saw. They were not able to stand up for your average American. I think they're making a tremendous mistake, the Democrats, having these people being the face of their organization, the Democratic Party right now, anti-Semites that are openly anti-Semitic, like Ilhan Omar, should be disgraced by the Democratic Party. I think it just represents what the Democrats have become today, a party that no one understands, no one recognizes anymore. Are they really Americans? Do they care about the average American that's working hard to make a buck? They really don't. Look what happened with Zohar Mamdani. Now he wants to tax the middle class in New York. He wants to tax people that are earning, let's say, under $80,000, $100,000 if they have a home. He wants to raise property taxes by 9.5%. What happened to all the promises? All the great liberalism of the Democrats. Now they're going to destroy middle class blacks, middle class Latinos in New York City because they don't really care about this country. There's one thing people like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib really care about. Well, we know they don't really care about people in Iran. Between 30 and 60,000 people have been murdered by the mullahs. You didn't hear a peep from these people. No demonstrations, no blocking college campuses, nothing. They don't care about them. Why? They don't fit their narrative that America is bad. They don't fit that narrative. The people demonstrating around are saying, "We love America. America, come and liberate us." People like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib are saying, "We hate America. We don't believe in really human rights. We just believe in power, our own politics, our investment money." Ilhan Omar has been stated that she made over $30 million the last year. We have no idea where the money comes from, and billions of dollars have been embezzled, stolen from her state, right with her community, right under her eyes. And the people that spoke out against that were attacked by this guy Ellison, the Attorney General of Minnesota. They were attacked by being Islamophobic, but they're just speaking up against the truth. And it's Donald Trump there that's standing up against all this corruption, all this crime, all this anti-American sentiment that's going on today. And it's all being run through the Democratic Socialists of America and their spokespeople like Ilhan Omar. Instead, Trump is talking about tax relief and working benefits for your average American. Average Americans, he's talking about border security and sovereignty, that there's zero legal admission claims happening anymore. He's restoring our autonomy in this country. He's restoring our sovereignty. We could be a country paying for our own needs. He's trying to deploy the National Guard so there's more law and order as opposed to democratic cities which are in chaos. He's into energy dominance. Remember that drill, baby drill, that we should increase oil and natural gas production. And now it's at the highest rates it's been at in years. America is coming back and is strong again in terms of foreign policy, decreasing payments for NATO, let them pay for their own safety, but increasing American power around the world by taking down Venezuela, maybe attacking Iran right now, or at least limiting their power to expand and use their nuclear weapons. He spoke out against that horrific anti-woke culture, that poor young woman who became a man, who returned back to her femininity, her womanhood right now. She got a tremendous Standing ovation for her fight against the machine that wants to make money from transition surgeries, forcing it on children when they don't really need it. And of course, he talked about healthcare and drug prices. Today, we now have the most favored nation drug pricing, and we're going to stop subsidizing European drugs. Your average American now can afford drugs because Donald Trump is bringing the prices down, and he wants to stop the investment of large companies buying single family homes in this country. Let it be up to your average American that wants to buy a home. He's going to help people buy homes in tax credits and in other forms of, engaging with the builders of this country, the contractors, and having more housing in this country. Of course, government corruption and fraud. We've been seeing that with Doge over the last year. We're seeing what's happening in Minnesota. And of course, he's celebrating, as opposed to Ilhan Omar and friends in the Democratic Party, he's celebrating the 250th anniversary of the greatest country in history, the United States of America. He talks about American exceptionalism, celebrating military heroes. And he talks about, of course, the golden age of America. I think there's two trains going in opposite directions. One train going towards the golden age of the United States, a powerful America with a better economy, with greater freedom, with stopping illegal immigration, stopping the woke destructiveness, which is destroying our college campuses, workplace, as opposed to the Democrats and Omar that are talking about destroying the United States, sucking out more money, raising the deficit. So thank God we have people like Donald Trump that are able to speak with clarity and power. And I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. So don't forget to leave your comments below. And of course, subscribe to this great channel, and we'll talk to you in future great videos.